Hey everyone, it's the Musician in Makeup, and today's Cosmetics Class 101 video is going to be all about how to apply powdered blush. Now there are a couple different tools that you can use. The first one would be a large paddle brush, just like this. It's just a really large fluffy powder brush. You can pretty much find a type of brush like this in any drugstore. This one's by Sigma, it's the F30. Now, what you want to do with powder blush is you want it to look very natural. You don't want to have sort of a big block of color on your cheek. Then it'll be really obvious that you're wearing blush, and what you really are going for is just a nice gentle flush of color that looks really, really natural. And I find that a brush like this one is really good for doing that. It gives a really sheer, light application of color, and it just gives you a really, really nice light flush. Now if you want a little bit more concentrated sort of color application, you can use a brush like this, just a nice big angled brush. This one again is by Sigma. It's the large angled contour brush, the F40. And this will give you a more precise application of color as well as a more concentrated application of color, since the bristles are a little bit more dense and a little bit stiffer. They'll pick up the color a little better. Now there's a third type of brush that you can use, which has been my favorite recently, and it's a duo fiber brush like this, just a large duo fiber brush. The bristles on this are incredibly, incredibly soft, and again sort of like the large paddle or powder brush. It'll give you a really soft application of color, but I like this one and I've been favoring it more recently because it's a little bit smaller, so you can focus the color where you want it, whereas with this one you'll just sort of get a general flush of color on your cheeks. This one you can focus the color a little bit more. Now today, just to demo, I'm going to be using this Milani Baked Blush, and it is in Terra Sole. And all you want to do, especially with this color on me because it's really dark, I'm just going to take a little bit of it on my duo fiber brush, just sort of tap the brush into that product. And if you think you've picked up too much color, or if the color is a really dark color for you and you just want a light application of it, you can just sort of tap it off on the back of your hand just to get a little bit of the color off. Now what you want to do is you want to keep the brush angled like this. You don't want to point it like this because it's going to get the color too close to your nose. So you want to keep the brush like this. On either side you sort of want to keep it at an angle to your face. And what I like to do personally for my application of blush, I can't even talk today, but that's okay. For my application of blush, what I like to do is just start on the apples of your cheeks, which if you just smile, it's the part that sort of puffs up right here. So just starting on the apples of my cheeks, just do a little bit of a swirling kind of motion and bring it back toward your temple. This is going to give you a really nice, natural sort of flush of color. Another way that you can apply your blush, which also looks really great, is almost sort of as a contour. So starting sort of almost underneath the apples of your cheeks, just like that. And again, brushing it back toward your temples. You want most of the concentration of the color to be on your cheek, whether you apply it sort of more as a contour or on the apples of your cheeks. You want most of the color to be out here and then sort of fading back gently towards your temples. So concentrate that color there and just sort of brush it back like that. Okay, so that's sort of the two different applications of blush that you can do. Again, the type of brush that you choose to apply your blush is going to determine the concentration and the placement of the color. So I hope that this video was helpful for you guys, and as always, if you have any questions, just leave them below. I hope that this video was helpful and that you enjoyed watching it, and until next time, I'll see you all again really soon. Bye!